What's up YouTube? Dark Harvester here, and today I'm going over a Ranger gear video. We're going to do a tier list going from BIS all the way down to vendor. This tier list is about what a Ranger should have in his kit. Now, 3 things that you want to remember when you're building a kit. You want damage, you want attack speed, and you want move speed. Damage is acquired through stats like strength, additional physical damage, true physical damage bonus, and physical power. Attack speed is through dexterity and action speed, and then move speed is agility, additional move speed, and move speed bonus. So those are the 3 stats that we are going to think about when we are talking about this gear and when we are looking at the roles that the gear has. First up, open salad. It's horrible. It doesn't give us any stats we want. It has a high move speed penalty, and it's trash. You want to vendor this the second that you see it. Next up, Ranger Hood. Ranger Hood's very good. It gives you a low move speed penalty. Actually gives you the lowest move speed penalty out of all of the headgear, and it gives you an agility roll. So that's a lot of move speed. We love it. Then we have the Cobalt Hood. Cobalt Hood is a vigor hood, has a little higher of a move speed penalty, and it gives you 1.5% armor pen, just like all other Cobalt craftable gear. Now, speaking of vigor, you also have a leather cap and a forest hood, which are both vigor rolled headpieces. Now, the difference is the leather cap is a little more armor, and the forest hood gives you magic resist. These are both bad. We're going to vendor those. Next up, you have your ruby silver leather cap. This is the same thing as leather cap, but it gives you physical damage reduction. You do not want that as a ranger. You're not building for PDR. You're not building for health and armor. Next up is my favorite, the Dread Hood. This is my #1 favorite headpiece. Dread Hood is strength, physical power, and buff duration. Now, keep this in mind. Buff duration is good for things like your quick fire skill. It's going to last a little bit longer. Next up is the Spangen Helm. Spangen Helm is very good. We're going to throw that next to the Ranger Hood. It has a little worse of a move speed, but it gives you agility and dexterity. So the Ranger Hood is a lot of agility. The Spangen Helm is a little bit of agility and a little bit of dexterity. Now remember, dexterity is attack speed. That's what we want. And lastly is the BIS, the Golden Scarf. Golden Scarf gives you strength, agility, and dexterity. All 3 stats that we want. It also gives you some luck and some magic resist. Now, the downside of the Golden Scarf is it has very low armor, but that's okay. We are willing to sacrifice defense for offense. This is BIS. You want the Golden Scarf in your kit. We actually did forget one. This is the Copperlight Straw Hat. Copperlight Straw Hat is extremely good. Along with the Ranger Hood, it is the only other -2 move speed headpiece. It also gives you strength and a move speed bonus. I love the Copperlight Straw Hat. I'm going to throw that at the top of good. Might even, yeah, I'll throw it at the top of good. So, to recap, the best 2 that you're going to have, the Golden Scarf, because of all the stats that it gives you all 3. The Dread Hood is extremely powerful with strength and physical damage bonus, or phys power, I should say, and also the buff duration. In good, you have your Copperlight Straw Hat, which is very high move speed and damage. Your Spangen Helm, which is move speed and attack speed, and your Ranger Hood, which is a lot of move speed. In mid tier, you have your Cobalt Hood, which is armor pen and vigor, and all the rest below here you don't even need to worry about because you're not going to be building them as a ranger. If we're talking about price range, so that you understand how much you need to afford this kit, the Golden Scarf, now this is going to be with bad rolls, with not good rolls. These are the cheapest ones. Golden Scarf's going to be about 550 gold. The Dread Hood's about 500. The Copperlight Straw Hat is 300. Spangen Helm is between 50 and 100. The Ranger Hood is 120, 150 gold. The Cobalt Hood is 200 gold. And all of these are, you don't even need to worry about them. If you pull something like a ruby silver cap, it's not bad. You just need to sell it. Let another class use it. You don't need that. All right, on to the chess pieces. Ornate Jazzerant, Regal Gambison, Cobalt Regal Gambison, Grand Brigandine, what is this called? Heavy Gambison, Light Akaton. All these vendor. Don't even worry about their stats. They're way too slow for you to use as a ranger. Do not use that. The slowest gear you're going to use is a padded tunic and a golded padded tunic. Okay. They both give you strength, which can be good, right? A padded tunic, longbow builds can be very strong. They are slow, but they hit hard. All right, next up we got Wanderer Attire. Wanderer Attire is super good. It's Wanderer Attire and the doublet are both really good. They both provide dex. The doublet's a little more protection with a little less move speed, and the Wanderer Attire is less protection with better move speed. You also have the Copper Light. You've got the Copper Light Attire, which is movement speed and dex. It's a green craftable, so it only has 2 rolls. And you got the Copper Light Tunic, which is health with move speed. And it's a craftable, so it's craftable green, so it only has 2 rolls also. I'm going to put really, they're good. They're good, but you can only get 2 rolls on them, so they're going to fall on the lower end of good, because if you're running with purples that have 3 great rolls, you're getting the 3 great rolls plus the dex plus the strength, right? 4 rolls with the golded padded tunic. Next, we have the Adventurer Tunic. Gives you health, low move speed penalty. It's not bad, but you're not going to be running it as a ranger. You want the dex or you want the strength. That's really all we're looking for because we get the innate move speed, right? Copper gives you extra move speed, but other than that, you're just going for the lower move speed of the gear. So we're not going to go for the Adventure Tunic. We got the Warden, which is just some agility and some armor. I'm going to put Warden in mid. I don't think it's very good. It allows you to have some speed, but yeah, I don't think it's the greatest. Next up is Tripelt Doublet. Tripelt Doublet is a percentage of health. I think it goes up to like 5% health, and it gives you agility also. It's extremely expensive. They're like, I don't know, over 1,500 gold. And if you can afford a Tripelt Doublet, then you should just be running the BIS. The best in slot for your Ranger chess piece is going to be a Ruby Silver Doublet. The Ruby Silver Doublet gives you dex, a little PDR, it's got good move speed, and it's got 4 rolls. The Tripelt, I'm not going to put the Tripelt up with BIS, because if you're talking about the headpieces, you're either going to run the Golden Scarf, because it gives you a bunch of good stats, or you're going to run Dread Hood because of the strength and the fizz power. It's 2 separate playstyles, right? You're never going to run the Tripelt Doublet over the Ruby Silver Doublet, because it's a little bit slower and it gives you a percentage of health, which you're not running a health based build. So you're just not utilizing its potential. So I'm going to put it at the top of good because it's very strong. Now, I'm going to tell you my favorite. I love the Ruby Silver, and I love the Padded Tunic. Padded Tunic, you get a Padded Tunic with fizz power, with physical damage bonus. You're just dealing too much damage. Put a Dread Hood. I love it. But I'll show you guys those builds at the end. So that's the chess piece. Let's get into pants. To start off with pants, we're just going to get the bad ones out of the way. Heavy leathers, golden pants, leather chassis, golden chassis, leather leggings, and that's all the disastrously trash ones. Okay. So, you're never going to use any of these. They're too slow. You're not building for vigor. You're not building health. Let's go to Cobalt Loose Trousers. Cobalt Loose Trousers are good. They are very fast with a -2 move speed. They give you agility. They give you a little bit of armor penetration, but they're a crafted blue, so they only give you 3 rolls. Their counterpart, Loose Trousers. So Loose Trousers are very, very good. They're extremely fast, just like the Cobalt Loose Trousers. It's a -2 move speed. However, it's going to have the extra agility because it's purple. It's going to have the extra armor. And then when you go up from there in rarity, you get another roll. So it is going to be a little better than that Cobalt counterpart. Next up is the Demon Clads. Demon Clads are one of the only strength pants. In fact, there's only 2 strength pants that Ranger can use. Demon Clads and then Wolf Hunters. Demon Clads are just significantly worse than Wolf Hunters for Ranger. In Demon Clads, you're investing into magical healing for the price, which is what Druids and Warlocks are paying for. So they're expensive. You don't want to buy that. Wolf Hunters are really strong. Wolf Hunters give you strength and max health. Now, they do come with a -8 modifier to speed, which is a little bit slow, but if you want to hit like a truck, then you can use these. After Wolf Hunters, we got the Cloth. So Cloth pants, these are really good. We're going to put these up on the top of good. They're very strong. They give you dex. They're really fast. And they're similar to the Best in Slot. Best in Slot is the Brave Hunters. So Cloth pants give you -3 speed modifier and that gives you dex. Brave Hunters also gives you -3 speed modifier, which is really good. It's fast and it gives you agility and it gives you dex. Now it's a craftable blue, so it only has 3 rolls, but these are going to be the best pants that you can use. Dark leather leggings don't appear to be on here, but those go in vendor tier also. Those are trash. Oh, ruby silver leggings. Ruby silver leggings also go in vendor. You're not trying to build PDR and vigor. Trash. So my favorite, I always run Loose Trousers with Fizz Power. Always. That's always my build. Unless I'm really trying to be strong and then I'm going for the Brave Hunters. So you'll pretty much never see me run anything except for Loose Trousers and Brave Hunters. All right, let's get into boots. We're going to go ahead and trash a couple of these. All shoes, trash. Shoes of Darkness, trash. Buckled boots, trash. Forest boots, keep those there. Dark leaves, trash because they're strength, and if you're going to go strength, you might as well go heavy boots. Rugged boots, trash. Lace turn shoes, trash. Stitch turn shoe, trash. Low boots, trash. And turn shoe. Turn shoe's pretty bad. It gives you agi and dex, but they're really slow. So, I mean, it's better than all this trash, I guess. So, let us start with the adventure boots. I need to zoom out a little bit. So adventure boots, they're very good. We're going to put them in the higher tier. They give you dex. They're quick. The foul boots, we're going to throw those in the top tier in Abyss. They're just like the adventure boots. They're quick. They give you dex and it gives you fizz power. Ruby silver boots, just like the ruby silver doublet, gives you a lot of rolls. The dex gives you good move speed, and it has that 1% PDR. Lightfoots, we'll put those at the top of the top of the good tier. They're pretty good. They're fast, and you can always use them in whatever build that you're going. Copperlight Lightfoots, also good. They have a built-in move speed because they're copper, but they are crafted green, which means they only have 2 rolls, so they're going to be the end of the good tier. We have the Cobalt Lightfoots. We're going to put those up because they give you the armor pen. We'll put them before the Lightfoots. They have the armor pen, but they're crafted blues, which means they only have 3 rolls. Next up is the heavy boots. Heavy boots are going to be, heavy boots are my bis. If you can get like heavy boots with 2 move speed rolls, it's just beautiful, absolutely perfect. Heavy boots give you the strength. They're a little bit slow, which is why you need the 2 move speed rolls, but this is everything you want. So golden and heavy are up there interchangeably. Next up, we got the forest boots. These are mid. They give you agility, but they're not good. Dashing, trash. Yeah, that's all we can wear. So, again, I love the strength. I love the fizz power on the fouls. All of the decks and the stats on the ruby silver adventure boots are really good. And strength boots are just going to be what you want when you're trying to build that perfect ranger kit. Next up. Alrighty, now into gloves. So let's get rid of the trash. Rawhide, trash. Ruby silver, rawhide, trash. Demon grip gloves are trash because they're strength and you're paying for magical healing, which means you should just be using riveteds because they're better than demon grips. That's it for the trash. So going down the list, number 1 pair of gloves. S tier, your bis are the riveteds. I love riveteds. I use riveteds in every single build that I have. It gives you strength, and that's what you want. Copper light riveteds, also really good. They give you some move speed, which is super great, but they're capped out at 2 rolls because they're a crafted green. So we're just going to put those in good. Leather gloves, decks. We're going to put these at the top of A. These are really good. It's just, that is what it is. You want dexterity in your gloves. Grey Wolf gloves. These are also very good. This gives you agility and health. However, it's a crafted blue, so it has a max of 3 rolls. These are going to be the top of good as well. Cobalt. Your cobalt leather gloves are, they're going to be below the leathers. They give you armor pen. They're crafted blue, which means they have max 3 rolls. They're good. You can use those as well. Now, reinforced. Reinforced gloves, I'm going to put also at the top. Gloves in particular in your build are where you can spec into a little bit of extra health. Why? Well, if you spec into health on your boots, like rugged boots, you lose move speed. If you spec into health in your chest piece, you lose move speed. If you spec into health in your headpiece, you lose move speed. Gloves, you can spec into reinforced gloves, get a little bit of health, and you will not lose move speed. Okay, so for that reason, for the versatility, I'm going to put them at the top of good tier. Same with the golden gloves. Same spot. Runestone, trash. And lastly, Elkwood. Elkwood are also going to be up in the bis slot. Elkwood are super good, gives you dex and health. So with reinforced specking into health being good, Elkwood is just even better because it gives you the dex and it gives you the health. So I would say you either use riveted for the strength or Elkwood for the dex and the health. All right, next up is capes. All right, so cloaks, pretty easy. Cloak of Darkness, trash. Mercurial, good, gives you dex. Splendid is trash. Vigor, you can also spec into health with your cloak, but you're not going to do that, so we'll put that in mid. Tattered, this is S tier. This is how you get your strength. Tattered cloak, now remember, cloaks are one of the items that you can get true damage on, so Tattered cloak is humongous. I always run a strength cloak. Adventure cloak is great. This is your agility. Watchman cloak is resourcefulness. It's trash. Radiant is knowledge. It's trash. And gold gives you like 1 dex, a little bit of magic resist, 1 vigor. It's not good. You're not going to run that. Yeah, cloaks are easy. You want a tattered cloak. If you want a little more dex, Mercurial. If you want a little more move speed, Adventure Cloak. I always run tattered. Next up is jewelry. There wasn't a tier list maker for jewelry, but this one's really simple. We'll go over it really quickly. For Ranger, we'll start with necklace. There are only 3 necklaces that you're going to choose from. You either want a Frost Amulet. Remember, we're talking about Epic. And this is for the True Fizz. It's really good on survival bow. It's really good on recurve. And it's still strong on the longbow, but sometimes you might want to forego the True Fizz damage on the longbow with the Frost Amulet so that you can go Ox Pendant. And Ox Pendant is just the strength, right? So the Frost is True Fizz. The Ox Pendant is strength. And then the only other one that you might run is the Monkey Pendant, right? You're either going to go for the True Fizz, the strength, or the dexterity. This is DPS. You only want damage in your jewelry. So you can't roll for move speed, additional move speed, or anything in necklaces. You can get action speed. You can get additional physical damage. You can get True Fizz in the Monkey Pendant. So those are the 3 that you're going to go for necklace. For rings, well, Grim Smiles are actual Abyss. This is what you want to run more than anything is Grim Smiles. But if you're not running Grim Smiles, then it's Courage Ring, Agi Ring, or a Dex Ring, Ring of Finesse. So, to reiterate, necklace, Frost, Ox Pendant, Monkey Pendant. Rings, you want Grim Smiles, but if you're not spending that much money on Grim Smiles, Ring of Finesse for Dex, Ring of Courage for Strength, or Ring of Quickness for Agi. All right. Lastly is weapons. So let's just keep it going in this. You got your longbow, which is my favorite, as many of you know. The longbow has 20% armor pen. It deals a lot of damage. You got your recurve bow, which goes down to 10% with good damage. So you see the, watch, survival bow. 5% armor pen. So 5 to 10 to 20. Survival bow, 26 damage. Recurve, 37 damage. It's 11 damage difference. Longbow, 46. It's a 9 damage difference. Okay. The only thing this means is if you want more move speed, go down to a lower sized bow. Longbow, least amount of move speed. Recurve bow in the middle. Survival bow, most amount of move speed. If you want more damage, go up a bow. Survival bow, least amount of damage. Recurve bow in the middle. Longbow, most amount of damage. Secondary weapon, I almost always use a rapier. You want a rapier, and on all your weapons, you want additional weapon damage. Okay, always go for additional weapon. I almost always use a rapier, and you want a lantern with additional weapon damage. And if you're feeling really good, you also throw Fizz Power in there. Okay. Now, alternatively, you could run a spear, but if you run a spear, you need to use the perk. So remember, you're using a perk slot if you use a spear for your secondary. I don't use an arming sword anymore. I liked the arming sword when AP was acquired through breaking crates, but they've changed that. So I recommend rapier and spear. Windlass is also something you can bring in your inventory. 1K for a legendary. It's usually what I do. And I think that's about it. Here's a little view of a big boy ranger kit that I put together. This is called the trifecta. I'm making a video about it, but basically it means 30 strength, 30 agility, 30 dex. If you can hit all 3 of those, you are an absolute monster in the dungeon. We got a longbow, additional weapon damage. Golden Scarf. We don't have any DPS rolls on the Golden Scarf. Agility, Fizz Power on the Ruby Silver Doublet. True Fizz and Dex on the Riveted Gloves. Physical Power on the Tattered Cloak. PDR and Fizz Power on the Frost Amulet. True Fizz on both Grim Smiles. Brave Hunters with Fizz Power. Heavy Boots with Agility and additional move speed. Our Rapier has 2 damage rolls. Our Lantern has 2 damage rolls. We're a tank. My shotgun will one-shot anyone. My double shot will drop almost anyone, unless you are a full PDR cleric. It will drop you. Chase, Sharpshooter for the headshot damage, Range Weapon Mastery for the extra 5% damage, and Nimble Hands for the draw speed. I'll have a video on this soon, don't worry, because I've already run the Trifecta Ranger a little bit, and it was disgusting. That's going to be it. That's everything. If you guys want to know anything about Ranger, comment down below, join the Discord, like and subscribe, and please think about becoming a YouTube member. That would really mean a lot to me. I spend a lot of time and effort on these videos. I really appreciate you all, and have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.